Subscribe to Happy Horologists. We have got such a privilege already, even in this early journey of Happy Horologists, to have access to exclusive stuff that almost no one else has got access to.
Yeah.
At early stages, at special stages.
Yeah.
What are we talking about today?
What we're talking about today is MIC, Micro Independent Collective, alongside Pedral, a micro brand that's been developing and doing some really good things. Then we have them combining with each other, and what we end up with is two really special watches. We've got MIC, who have not been founded for a significant amount of time, but they've built such good relationships with micro and independent brands, such good relationships, and to be in a position where, you know, they've only existed for a short period of time, to be in a position where they're able to work with brands to create these exclusive watches is just a real sign of the work they've put into developing the relationships they have done with brands.
You know, first time I met Omar from MIC was over a year ago now, and we went to visit actually Bremont, and I didn't realize how significant the guy was at the time. We were just kind of just chit-chatting as we went along, and the amount of detailed attention he paid to everything was immense. And then we had a bit of a dinner with him later on last year, and again, he is really, really dedicated to MIC as well as the watches that they co-design and the way that he approaches it. Like, what do you recall from that conversation that we had?
I think there's an idea, again, speaking to Sam as frequently as I do, speaking to Omar, the dinner we went with Omar not that long ago anymore, is there's meticulous detail about how they go about doing things. When we're talking about being a part of the MIC as a brand, you are spoken with in such a polite and calm way, but there's an idea of legitimacy about these brands. They want to have brands that are legitimate, know what they're doing, have a direction. They want these relationships, so the people that are in these various groups, whether it's the MIC Lounge, whether it's, you know, there's so many subgroups to list here that we're not going to do that. There's a real sense here of community and how they build a community up, and MIC are masters of it.
Yeah, exactly. But also, like, Omar and Sam coming from collector's perspective,
of course,
with their input towards designing something that is
unique.
Decidedly unique. Yeah. Exactly.
And again, we talk about it now in this collaboration we're discussing here with Pedral. Pedral will have, you know, Kevin, who has been successful in his releases, is at a point now where he wants to be working with other people. And who would be better than the MIC, who have got this mass appeal, who are so personable, so caring towards the brands they work with. And this is a union of love for watches, isn't it, really?
Yeah, and the very powerful aspect of all of this is the community behind it all. Community of actual watch collectors that buy watches, that actually want something continuously, something different, which is increasingly hard to achieve, right?
I mean, there's so much going on, and what makes the perfect watch? Again, we know it's in the eye of the beholder. What is it that means that Sam and Omar go, this is a brand we want to work with? What is it that develops in a relationship? And perhaps we don't have that information at hand, but what I can say, knowing Omar and Sam, is they've got it. They've got it. Whatever it is, they've got it.
What's really special to me and precious really for us to keep nurturing going forward is that very personal, private, direct relationship that we have with the founders of MIC, and then inevitably with the founders of Pedral and other brands that they work with, and this kind of exclusive access to the content that we can create with these exclusive pieces that we're getting directly from.
And it's a great feeling. We're trusted with these pieces, we're trusted to review them, we're trusted to spend time with them. What are they like? We're both watch collectors ourselves, so that user experience, as it were, is so valuable as well. And again, let's just talk a little bit about the two watches we've got. So starting with mine, or talking about the Pedral design itself, it's a cushion-shaped watch. It's got a brushed bezel, but an interesting shaped bezel because of its cushion shape. The dial I've got on the watch I'm wearing is a pietersite, so it's a unique stone. Therefore, it's always going to have a unique appearance. Each version of this watch will be unique by the very nature of the stone itself. What about the piece you're wearing?
So this green piece just stood out to me as a very clean yet interesting with, this is a guilloché, right?
Yes, it's got a guilloché dial, yeah.
There's a very specific type of guilloché.
So there's two different types of guilloché. You've got one that's sort of the perimeter of the watch, and you've got more of an almost basket weave style guilloché when you look at the center. And in some ways, your dial is split into different sections with almost a chapter ring with the hours markers on there, which is brushed in silver. That then contrasts with this green, and this green isn't a dark green. It's not a really light green.
It's just the right balance.
It's just the right kind of green.
Almost like a minty kind of green. But what really works for me, and somehow, when I would early 2025, I'd say like cushion shape, no go, 100% no. And then I really grew into liking cushion shape. I'll tell you why. Smaller wrist, no lugs, sits much nicer on the wrist.
Very much so.
But with this particular dial, because of this interplay of two types of guilloché, which I'm glad you verified for me that I'm not going crazy and seeing two different types. By design, they're creating a very different feel of the face, of the dial of the watch, that kind of that brings you into that center from outside in somehow. And it's just kind of like you want to look at the dial and re-look at it, and it's always kind of interplay of these different types of finishing that just work really well together.
And I think the other thing about the case as we look at it, you've got sort of that striated, coined mid case. You've got the polished bezel, vertically polished bezel. You've got a slight polished rim that basically is between the sandwich of the fluted mid case, because you've got polished at the bottom, you've also got polished at the top, and then you've got that, those vertically brushed lines that go along the case. And then from a crown point of view, it's got that sort of onion crown kind of look to it, very easy to hold on to and very easy to grip. The dial, it's safe. You've got sort of a skeletonized set of alpha type hands. You've got an arrow pointer for the seconds. You've got applied indices. You've got the minute markings. It forms a very cohesive watch that's also very interesting to look at.
And it's got so much character to it, because the way this kind of rounded square cushion shape of the case interplays with this other rounded square that's in the
like sapphire,
45 degree kind of rotation compared to the main cushion. That also brings about this kind of almost hypnotic effect to the dial that then brings you into 3 stages of guilloché and this kind of inner ring that's showing the numbers and indices and so on. There's a lot of kind of layers to this, both vertically and inside, like from different angles.
And I'm just, as you're talking, what I'm just thinking to myself is what it'd be like to be a fly on the wall when MIC, aka Omar and Sam, are talking with Kevin about what we're going to do with this watch, what's going to make it unique. Is it about the stone we're using? Well, guess what? We've got pietersite stone. Is it about guilloché? Oh, brilliant. We've got a guilloché dial there. It appeals to different people who've got different sensibilities about the watch, and that's what makes it such an accessible watch. It's interesting in terms of its design being cushion shape. We've got guilloché. We've got pietersite. Every box is being ticked for a different person, basically.
Exactly, and it's so interesting to observe that these 2 particular watches that we've been exclusively provided by MIC are so different.
Yeah,
it's almost
very
like
different.
They are completely different watches.
I guess looking at them, this one here with the pietersite, the way it is laid out, as it were, and it's naturally occurring, but it's like a windy, gusty, moody day. There's something about the mood that it beholds when you look at it. Whereas your one, I look at it and I think fresh, summery, minty. There's just a different feeling to each of these watches for different moods.
And also one of the biggest, I think, contrasts, not just the color, because colors look so different, is that this particular model, the green one, is perfectly symmetrical, whereas that one is perfectly asymmetrical due to natural nature of this particular stone. You kind of just have to live with that and appreciate it for its imperfection.
Yeah, exactly. And that for me is what the dial is about, isn't it? The fact that a perfect stone doesn't necessarily exist. that can be something you look at and go, oh, okay. And then you also say to yourself, well, my stone on my dial is different to this person's dial, different to that person's dial. And all of a sudden you're back to this place of, I feel special. This stone dial is completely unique to me. No one else has it.
They're catering to both aspects of collectability, one where it's perfect collection item, and then something that's natural, unique, different, piece unique, basically. It's all good, but it's very different.
Yeah. And again, we've got our favourite and best friend, the quick release strap. So we know for a fact that with this one here, you could design a strap that's got multiple colours on it just to reflect what the stone dial looks like. I know that the strap on your one is, again, similar in colour and design, but again, imagine putting a green strap on that. Imagine putting a stitch that complements the strap or complements the dial. You are, again, open to different options, and I think, again, it's just so much fun.
What I'm feeling in terms of straps with this particular dial is some sort of strap that mimics the guilloché, either one or the other.
It's just some sort of printed strap to mimic one of the types of guilloché that's on the dial, basically.
Yeah, and for extra craziness, you maybe would have an interplay of both types of guilloché. So maybe the external one would be like the stitching type,
yeah.
and then the
Would
checkboard
be embossed
in the middle.
Yeah.
So that would be like,
Yeah.
I don't know, is that even possible to make?
I assume it is. I assume anything's possible, to be fair. But again, build quality, stainless steel, everything is clear to read. The interesting shape of the case. We've got a manual wind movement, so you've got that connection with the watch as you're winding it each day. This one's moody. I look at it and go moody, but in a fascinating way. Let me look at it from this angle. Let me look at it from that angle. And all of a sudden, it just looks like a different watch each time.
It's almost like the Batman Dark Knight situation.
And the other thing with the light, as you move the watch around in your hand, as I'm doing right now, the indices sparkle. Each of the indices in different moments of the light sparkle, and it just looks really, really cool.
Yeah, so something extremely lovable about these watches, and certainly unique, both in terms of the way they're made with the materials, but also the collaboration between MIC and Pedral, and our insights about them. So
I think a few things just before we conclude. One is we will be interviewing Kevin, so we'll get his insights, his thought process around design and case and every element we can talk about with regards to the watch. Are there any questions you might have? Who knows?
Yeah, and which one would you prefer, from the green to the black versions? Brother,
take care.
Thank you as always. Subscribe, like, share, comment.
Enjoy.
Subscribe to Happy Horology.